Let's take a listen to this video.
Recently seized recordings from Sean Diddy Combs' infamous freak-offs hold revelations about Jennifer Lopez and Kamala Harris that will shake the very foundations of the political establishment in Washington, D.C. and send shockwaves around the world. As Diddy languishes in prison, haunted by the fate of Jeffrey Epstein, his fellow sex trafficker and blackmail operative Kamala Harris also finds herself in a dangerous position. Reports suggest that she's desperate to keep FBI seized footage from her days in Los Angeles under wraps. Footage that, if released, will torpedo her political career. Now, whistleblowers close to Diddy, Lopez and Harris are stepping forward, exposing a web of alleged sex crimes and abuses involving Hollywood icons, star athletes and powerful DC elites.
So, what does it mean that Kamala Harris was also involved in this? I don't know. I'm not a fan of Kamala. I'm not a fan of Trump, but this is something very, very strange. I mean, coming at a time when we are just few hours away from the election, but interesting.
Kamala has weathered numerous scandals before, but this time the walls are closing in, and the truth is coming to light. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already. They're all in Diddy's inner circle, and they're all desperate to avoid prosecution for their crimes. A lawsuit was filed last week from a victim that was 13 years old when Diddy allegedly raped him. Jennifer Lopez was at that VMA party with her boyfriend Diddy when it occurred. Now there are victims who were 9 years old coming forward. Remember, if you were a witness and you didn't do anything to save the victims, you're not a witness. You're an accomplice.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. And I mean, obviously, all of these people coming together, Jennifer Lopez and Kamala Harris, for the election purposes. I don't know. I mean, it is this report. Can I trust it? Is it possible? Anything is possible right now because of what Diddy did and his reach. It was everywhere. I'm not surprised, but I do have my own reservation before I believe this story to be 100% true. There is truth to it, but 100%, I don't know.
Consistently worked to divide us. At Madison Square Garden, he reminded us who he really is and how he really feels. It wasn't just Puerto Ricans that were offended that day, okay? It was every Latino in this country. It was humanity and anyone of decent character.
Decent character.
Yeah, decent character. He picked on it for sure. Decent character. Like, what are you talking about? Decent character? Look at your past and who did you mix with? Decent character. Funny.
They really think we're stupid. Let's be clear about this. Those were crocodile tears. Jennifer Lopez warned us about Trump. But when it comes to Diddy, crickets. She was in a long-term relationship with him, hanging out and partying. Yet she has nothing to say about his actions. Isn't that a bit strange? Make no mistake, Jennifer Lopez is absolutely sweating bullets at the idea of the truth coming to light.
Jennifer Lopez had been with so many partners in her life, so many, like countless. She married how many times? 4 times. I'm pretty sure she has a lot to say than what she is saying. Yeah.
Guys, don't lean on the mat. Don't lean. She'll sign. Don't lean. She'll sign. Don't lean. You guys get out of control. She'll sign.
Do you have any comments about P. Diddy, the allegations?
No comment.
Don't lean. Don't lean.
No comment.
You guys should sign.
The elite have been getting away with rape, child abuse and murder literally for decades. Did everyone just forget that Jennifer Lopez was literally caught at a crime scene with a smoking gun in her purse and gunpowder on her hands?
All Jennifer Lopez had to do was marry a white boy, Oscar winner for people to stop remembering that she had a gun in her pocketbook. She had gunshot residue on her hands the night that Natanya was shot at that club. For all we know, that bullet came from the gun that was in her hand.
But where were FBI? Where were the feds? I don't know if that makes much sense. Somebody will have a gunpowder residue on their hands and not be connected to a crime, or even better, being convicted of a crime. But none of those things happen. So I don't know. I don't believe that story to be 100% true, that they somehow Jennifer Lopez was directly involved in a crime and just got away with it. I don't believe that.
And not once has she spoken up for the betterment of that woman. Not once has she donated to her family or for her medical bills that she's still paying, or say something in her defense to stop Puffy from gaslighting her and trying to put hits out on her because he was afraid that maybe one day they would open the case and she still has the bullet fragments in her face. Like, J.Lo has said nothing.
Yeah, but at that time, I mean, why would J.Lo will be hiding behind Diddy at that time? Because Diddy was nobody at that time, almost obscure figure. All of a sudden, he gained a lot of popularity and name and fame from, I believe, the year 2015. So what happened in 2000, early 2000, would really not be a big deal, in the sense that he was not a big guy and he committed crime. And I don't know why the FBI did not, or the Fed did not investigate him that time. And now all of a sudden, I mean, one of you have asked this question too. Why all of a sudden they are investigating him after so many years, like 20 years or more than that? Well, that's my question too. Is it convenient for some people? Is there any higher up who are involved in this and they are controlling the whole thing, the whole drama? I don't know, but things are absolutely not 100% clear here.
Nothing. You really thought that just running off and marrying Ben Affleck was going to take you out of the Diddy downfall? But it saved her the first time, though, didn't it? Because as soon as that club was over and as soon as they finished interrogating her, when she sat there and cried like a baby, I don't want to go to jail, I don't want to go to jail, Benny Medina put her with that drunk white boy until she ran him off. Like, there are people sitting here screaming out at the toll that the atrocities that Sean Combs has done to their lives, and you're trying to avoid your part in the story or the fact that you never spoke up.
She could have also saved an untold number of minors from being raped in hotel rooms and award ceremony after parties by A-list stars engaged in the Hollywood vice. The entertainment industry elite are not the only ones sweating bullets. Diddy held incriminating material on the political elite too. And with just days to go before the US presidential election, Kamala Harris is feeling the pressure. According to an insider from Diddy's LA party scene, Kamala is terrified that footage seized from a notorious 90s party will resurface, unleashing a November surprise from which there will be no possible return. Today's sponsor is pillsforever.com. If you think, speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can
depraved, things that would ruin reputation.
Were encouraged to degrade themselves to gain favor with the elite.
Diddy had this one wild party that still stands out in my memory. His girlfriend J.Lo and this young aspiring politician Kamala Harris, who was dating Willie Brown and getting a leg up in her career, were caught on tape in some really compromising situations.
Wow.
I mean, it was depraved. Things that would ruin reputations if they ever got out. Ruin careers. You've got to understand, he's like a gatekeeper for the big shots. He's the one who tests out potential political leaders for the elite. He figures out how far they're willing to go and what they're willing to submit to. Once he's got them on tape doing something disgraceful or degrading or even illegal, that's when they are trusted. That's how this whole game works.
Okay, so this is a whistleblower, Diddy whistleblower. He's coming out and talking about this whole thing that Kamala was involved. Why now? Why not? Why not 7 months ago? Why not when he got apprehended? I don't know if this is politically motivated. Again, I'm not a Kamala fan. I'm not a Trump fan, but I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to make sense of the whole situation. Why would Kamala be dragged into it just hours before the election? It's something highly, highly suspicious. But, people have their own opinion. Let's listen more.
So anyway, that night, Kamala and Jenny from the block were chained up like dogs and made to perform fellatio on about 50 of Diddy's entourage. It was humiliating. It was obvious they were both deeply uncomfortable, but it was a part of the game and it was consensual. J.Lo did it more for fame and Hollywood success, and Kamala for a shot at big league politics. Diddy called the game birthday cake and told the girls that the first one to blow out all the candles would get their wish. The other got nothing. Fast forward a few years and J.Lo was hit hard. Her career tanked and she was all but erased from the industry. But Kamala, she got another leg up, climbing her way to be the Attorney General while keeping her secrets tucked away. And she's still climbing. It's all part of the game. If you play it right, you can escape the fallout. But make no mistake, it's a dangerous game, and those who think they're untouchable might just find themselves on the wrong end of the deal.
Make no mistake.
Okay, so again, one thing that we have to understand, if Trump wins this election, there will be a lot more drama, a lot of name and personality that will be exposed, including Bill Gates, Obama's, and all of these people. Even, if you flip the script and you say, okay, Kamala wins wins the election, then I think she will also try to put Trump behind bars because we know what he did. So, yeah, one of these people will be going to the jail if they lose the election, Kamala or Trump.
Mistake. The Hollywood and political elite have been engaging in humiliation rituals and blackmail for decades. Many of the elite are ensnared in child sex abuse scandals that they are desperate to keep hidden. The elite have become experts at covering it up. How? By completely infiltrating the mainstream media. Pizzagate is real, but this information is being buried by a mainstream media determined to gaslight the public, and by social media platforms desperate to hide real news about the critical issues facing humanity today. But what could be more important than understanding that elites in the entertainment industry and politics are both controlled by a shadowy elite who use sexual blackmail, often involving minors, to ensure their obedience to the elite? Let's take a look at the case study of Chrissy Teigen, her husband John Legend, and their friends Courtney Cox, Sarah Silverman, and others, all of whom have endorsed the similarly implicated Kamala Harris for president.
I would eat a human. If you were at a very fancy restaurant and they were like a tiny piece of human meat.
No. I think the only way
You wouldn't try a tiny bite?
No.
These are satanic. This is absolutely demonic. I mean, this is beyond belief. Oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad. I mean, the music is so creepy. There are a lot of things going on behind the scene that we don't see. But look at this. I mean, these are all tweets. We know this. Oh my god. Look. This is absolutely horrendous. Okay, I now know what parents go through when they are forced. Boy, hot dog, pizza, girl. Wow, I'm going to jail over pizza. All of these rappers, they know a lot more. They know a lot more than what they say. Oh my god, these are all demonic, very, very satanic.
It's a big club, and thank God you're not in it. Here at The People's Voice, we are determined to continue exposing the crimes of the globalist elite, but we need your help.
Okay, so again, this news coming at this time again, very, very suspicious about Kamala Harris being involved in this kind of case. I don't believe the story 100%, but I do believe there is some truth to it, that a lot of people are involved from the government, from the higher ups. We just have to find out more about this. As we do, we will be sharing more updates with you. Lindsey Brown, Elida, thank you guys for your comments. See you next video.